Hello and welcome to the second part of Melee Stereotypes and also the final episode of Weapon Stereotypes Revamped. Last episode we covered the one-handed melees, so let's continue with the two-handed melees. Although before we jump in, just remember the disclaimer, these stereotypes don't apply to everyone, blah blah blah, they have reasons for existing, but there's always exceptions, all of that important info that everyone keeps ignoring. Anyways, with that little intro bit out of the way, then let's jump into the final episode. Wow, off to a strong start already. So the Zircon Trident is almost exclusively used by Terraria players. Sometimes though, you may have some of the more rarer types of people, like the Minecraft player who uses this like a normal Minecraft Trident and complains about how you can't throw it. There are also a few Strider stands out there that use this alongside every other Minecraft melee on all 4 of their loadouts because they love the funny Minecraft mob guy. So the Icemourne is a very interesting case. See, these people most likely just unlocked this and immediately fell in love with the design so much that they feel extremely obligated to use it. However, since they love the design of this so much, they often get pissed off when somebody picks their Icemourne up because they feel like they haven't earned the right to hold such a glorious and beautiful sword. This will usually lead to false vote kicks that end up failing, which further leads to a rage quit later on. Or you're me and use it because it's a cool sword.
Demo gaming!
Hey guys, this is ObliviousOverlord and I'll be doing the Reaper stereotype. People who use this weapon are either using it because they want to show off their 2019 Halloween trophy, or they just love to abuse the backstab mechanism on this two-handed blade. Occasionally, you'll see people that use this because they want to do a Halloween skit, or they just love the spinning animation of this melee, of which I can confirm myself because I'm a Reaper user.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground! You underestimate my power! Don't try it!
Now, similar to Karambit users, people who use the Zero Cutter are often tryhards who think they're hot shit. You'll only see these people on like 4 maps, and every time they pull this melee out, they always try to go for sick multi-kills, only to fail miserably. And as customary with most sweats, these people are also very prone to rage quitting and false vote kicking.
The World Buster. The World Buster is considered as a forgotten melee since you can no longer see it unless you unlock it for a case. Not many players unlock this weapon because of its legendary rarity, and even so, they will never use it because of its 10 walk speed right now. Even less of a chance to unlock it since players won't buy cases in bulk because they're quite expensive. When the enemies gets killed by the World Buster, they either get surprised by dying to its melee range, one shot on the torso and backstab, and its overall use. In other cases, the prideful players think their players who are wielding this weapon are hackers and have extended melee range hacks because of its range. The player who wields this melee are most likely newer players who pick up the weapon and are curious about it, or the very few players who actually know how to use it but doesn't want to use the weapon actively because it's very similar walk speed to the M107, short barrel not included, and rather wants to meme around with it for a little bit. That leads to the very few users who actively use the weapon. Those players are masochists since they enjoy the pain of the walk speed and also its instant one kill. I wish this melee was like it was before. 70 damage, 14 walk speed, and a broken blade range. I will never understand why they nerfed it to the ground alongside the Zweihandler and the Warhammer. It was perfectly fine as it was. The good old days of Phantom Forces is now gone.
People who use the Nordic War Axe are generally from either Norway or Denmark and probably communicate in either their native language or extremely broken English in chat. However, the good thing is these people don't ever seem to get mad either and just play Phantom Forces for fun. The hockey stick is either used by new players or humble Canadian players who use this alongside the C7A2 and the secondary of their choice. So people who use the baseball bat are either A. Hotline Miami fans or B. GTA fans role-playing as Big Smoke. Both of these types of people often spam their characters' iconic quotes in chat after every kill and are just pure meme lords. Although there is actually one last type of baseball bat user I forgot to mention, and those people are
Scout Gaming.
So the Sledge Hammer is used by people who think the higher damage a melee does, the more viable it is. And to an extent they are correct due to the Sledge Hammer's good range and outstanding damage. However, these people usually always tend to pull this out at the worst times possible, resulting in an epic fail and their death.
Looks like it's sweeping time. Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep. Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep. Gotta sweep, gotta sweep.
So Warhammer users are either godlike or god-awful. There is no in-between. Like seriously, you'll only ever see this being used by noobs who just unlocked it, or on pure Phantom Forces gods who treat this almost as a sort of banhammer. Like seriously, every time I get bonked by a god using the Warhammer, I feel like I just got banned from the game for getting absolutely destroyed. So the Clementine is used by people who are very fond of rock music. This can range from heavy metal to pop rock to Doom soundtrack. The point is these people like to spam the living hell out of this melee at all times to hear those sick tunes.
I have three main stereotypes on the Slamsickle. For the first one, you have either the person who just recently unlocked the Slamsickle and just decides to run around with it for some reason, or they pick off the Slamsickle off the ground off of someone they find using it. And for the second one, it would be the Minecraft or Terraria fans, mainly Terraria, because the Slamsickle looks very similar to the Deathsickle from Terraria. So a good amount of Terraria fans like to use this, I would assume. And for the third and final stereotype of mine, it would be me using it. Only because I have 75,000 kills on the melee myself, and I am trying to get to 100k. So if you see me in the lobby, which I mostly play Bazaar or Height, then hi, and you're just lucky to see me, I guess.
Colgate Total for whole mouth health. And for an even healthier mouth between brushings, try Colgate Total mouthwash.
So the Banjo is used by people who also main Banjo in Smash and are therefore boomers. These people most likely listen to Banjo-Kazooie music in the background and probably mimic the beat to the music they were listening to in-game.
How it feels to use the stopper.
Oh! Run! Run! No, you...
So contrary to Flame of Olympia users, people who use the crane only ever talk about them having this melee if the topic arises. Most of the time this happens when he kills a newbie who didn't know the crane melee was a thing and is therefore pretty curious, commonly wondering if it is a hacked melee or not. Honestly, crane users are just so chill and quite wholesome to talk to, so if you see anybody using the crane melee, you'll probably have a good day. Now, the Morningstar sees a lot of use among high ranks for two reasons. One, it's a rank 200 melee unlock, and two, it's f***ing good. This melee is basically what happens when you take the Karambit's broken backstep hitbox, stretch it to about half the map length, and then make it available for purchase at any time. Like, yeah, it's that good. And that's why you only see this used among high ranks, because it's just free melee kills gated more towards free-to-play high ranks. Well folks, that about concludes the Weapon Stereotypes Revamped series. However, don't click off this video just yet because I have a few things I would like to say. First of all, this isn't fully the end of Weapon Stereotypes Revamped, as during the production of this series, Stylis has released content updates adding more guns into the game at later dates after the videos were published. And before you ask, no, I'm not saying there's going to be a third iteration of Weapon Stereotypes. In fact, this one will be the definitive version, however you guys can look forward to a little bonus episode once Stylis has fully released the entire Pacific Cold update, covering all the guns and melees that didn't make it in during the original episodes. Secondly, on the 12th of December, I will be hosting a original Stereotypes binge watch stream so we can all together relive the old days of the FPS studio before everything seriously took off into where we are today. So make sure to mark your calendars because the stream will be limited time and after which can only be rewatched by tier 1 and above channel members who have access to unlisted videos. Thirdly, I just want to say thank you for the immense amount of support on this series, and I hope you'll stick around even when this series is fully concluded, because I have so many other original video ideas and series on the production list that you definitely don't want to miss. But until next time, peace.